We are just under 2 hours away from the start of a match that will see a new Roland-Garros and a new Grand Slam champion crowned. Welcome to Live at Roland-Garros, ahead of what is an intriguing women's final coming to you from the heart of Paris. And I'm delighted to be joined as we look ahead to the match by former world number 5, Daniela Hantuchova. Danny, it's day 14, it's the women's final, and it's a fascinating matchup. How are these young ladies going to be feeling? Because this is going to be life-changing for one of them.
Oh, absolutely. I can't even imagine what they must be feeling like ever since they woke up this morning. Obviously, the most exciting day in their tennis career. And I feel like the place is still buzzing from that last night session we saw. And I'm sure, you know, both girls can't wait to be out there on the court today. The conditions are much cooler, which I think is going to favor Krejcikova a little bit, just because of how much time she has spent already on the court, both in singles, doubles, mixed doubles. So I think when she woke up and she saw the clouds around, she must have been feeling a little bit happier about that.
There'll be a lot of people telling them, and I'm sure they are telling themselves, it's just another day, it's just another match, but it is far from that.
It's absolutely not, Gigi. That's what maybe you can try to tell yourself, but the reality is it is the most important match they've ever played. At the same time, you know, they have to be so proud of themselves already, being in the finals of a Grand Slam. It's something they will never forget, but obviously being this close, they just want to make it that one extra step. And seeing their Pavlyuchenkova brother, I think he deserves so much credit for Nastia to be in the finals, because I believe he's one of the reasons. He's made her so much more disciplined over the last 2 weeks, and let's see if she can stick with that today as well.
It is interesting, in a lot of her interviews, she's referencing her brother. She said with his career coming to an end, he was able to be alongside me and commit to me and help me. Because we have to remember Pavlyuchenkova, by far the most experienced, even when we got to the Final Four. This is her 52nd Grand Slam main draw.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I think we all players on the tour, we always knew that she had the shots, she had the talent, but she was never able to put it all together. And it's nice that now she's so much more committed, also physically, or just like she said herself, doing all the right things she can. She got a mental coach as well. So, you know, she definitely came to the tournament doing everything she could to give herself a chance. And, you know, when you put the hard work in, it always pays off.
Does she have the most pressure on her because of her experience?
Well, she does have experience, but not being in the finals. So I think this is where both girls are quite even. Yes, she has experience of winning big titles, so maybe that can help her a little bit. But then Krejcikova has the freedom. She can really relax. She has that naivety of not knowing what to expect, and that can sometimes be helpful. So I would say it's 50-50, really.
I think it's incredible that Krejcikova is 25 years of age, and we know what she has done in the doubles to this point, and she still has the doubles final to come tomorrow. But this is just her 5th Grand Slam singles main draw, which seems absolutely incredible.
It's incredible. It's a little bit like Lorenzo Musetti, that this was his first Grand Slam ever. But this is where what I meant by that naivety, that they haven't been in that situation before, so they are kind of really actually enjoying themselves up to today. I mean, you know, one thing is to enjoy your tournament, but then if you're playing Grand Slam final, that's a different thing. But having said that, just like Pavlyuchenkova has the experience, she has the experience of being on that court for the finals of doubles, and I believe that's huge, because lifting a Grand Slam trophy is still a Grand Slam, no matter if it's doubles, mixed or singles. So I think that can help her, just like for Pavlyuchenkova is the experience of winning big titles.
I remember in the show yesterday you said, look, it's too tough to call. Someone called over is going to win, but as far as that, and I spoke to a few more people last night and they were the same. They said this is 50-50, and we can't even look back at a head-to-head and say, well, it's this way, that way, because this is the first meeting between the two. Yeah,
I'm still sticking with my OVA tactic here, trying to kind of be neutral, because, you know, if yesterday I was predicting Rafa to win and didn't go that way, so, you know, I'm just really trying to not make too many big calls. Just because of the weather conditions, maybe I go 1% towards Krejcikova. Also, the way she's been saying, you know, how stressful it's been for her, that Sloane Stephens match, and she manages to go through, how tight it was against Maria Sakkari, and she finds her ways, even though she's super tight, not really hitting her shots that much. One thing I know for sure today, we're going to see again some moon bowling. It happened against Sakkari, and I will not be surprised if it's not happening today again, although it will be to Pavlyuchenkova forehand. So It's starting to be windy a little bit. Okay, maybe I'm going to lean towards Krejcikova just by like 1%.
You can like stay with an over. It's fine. We know that someone whose name ends in over is going to win this title. And we were very lucky to actually grab a few words with Barbora Krejcikova when she finished her final training session a short while ago.
Who knows? Because, I mean, it's going to be first time for both of us. It's going to be really difficult, but I also think that we're going to really enjoy it. And I think the most important is to really entertain people and, you know, just to have fun. And, you know, at the end, for me, it doesn't really matter who's going to win because, you know, already I'm really proud for what I did. And I'm just looking forward to play another match and I'm just going to enjoy and just have a lot of fun and just have a nice challenge.
It is incredible that at Roland-Garros last year, which was late September, October, obviously, she was around 114 in the world. She's risen over 100 places, and now she's in her first Grand Slam final. Now, we wanted to get a bit more, is someone going to go more one way or the other? Well, previewing this match for us and starting with the player we've just heard from is former #1 Lindsay Davenport.
For Barbara, she started as a doubles player, and she couldn't really break out of that. And it's so hard when you're winning majors in doubles and you're ranked so high and your singles game stalls a little bit. And so many players almost give up the singles game. And yet she kept with it, and it was at Roland-Garros in 2020 in the fall where she broke through and got to the round of 16, and that really set her on a course to play her best tennis. She got confident. I also love to see players who you can see them get better the more they believe in themselves. And you could see that in Barbara the last 8 months, and to see it all come together here to get to the final. It's been something that I've kept an eye on and been super proud of her and everything that she's been able to develop. When you see her play, Pavlyuchenkova, that she looks so much more sure of herself. Sometimes on big points in years past, she would go for a screaming winner or not try and get into points, not believe in herself. I didn't know if it was more physical. She wasn't sure if she could reach every ball. And now that she's in better shape, I think she just has that confidence of, oh, I can make 6 or 7 balls here if I need to, or there's the right shot, now I'm really going to rip. I think it kind of all works together when you are working really hard and you feel really comfortable with the people around you. Typically good things start to happen, and that's certainly been the case for the tennis we've seen from her.
Danny, you were nodding in agreement when Lindsay was talking about Pavlyuchenkova.
Yeah, absolutely, Gigi, because she's so right. Because Nastya is in a better shape physically, she has that mentality that, you know what, I can stay in the point for as long as it takes. In the past, just like Lindsay said, she would go for winners from, you know, positions that, you know, you have to follow certain rules on the tennis court. And she would, because she has so much in her hands, she would try to hit winners that you can't afford to do that, where now she is so much more disciplined. And to me, that match against Zidanšek, where she just attacked the backhand side almost 90% of the time, just shows that, you know, she's really listening to her brother, whatever he has to say, and she's sticking with it from the first point till the last point.
Yeah, that's the first thing you said after that match was discipline. She had a game plan, and it's easy to veer from that game plan if things aren't going well, but she stuck to it from the first ball to the last.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something she didn't have in the past. So whenever I played her, I know that when she has, you know, few good games, that she can pretty much hit me off the court, but I always knew and expected that she's not going to be able to do that throughout the whole match, and that's where she was not getting the results that she really deserves, because I mean her talent and the ability, the way she hits the ball, her timing, it's just one of the best, really.
Now, talking about playing her, I gave you the quiz question. You knew the answer. Pavlyuchenkova made her Grand Slam debut, Wimbledon 2007, against...
Yeah, I remember that match because she was, you know, the newcomer. I think she was just, she won Wimbledon Juniors the year before. And I don't know why, for some reason, I always like to play the youngsters just to kind of show them that, hey, you're going to be good, but it's not your time yet. And I believe it was like 6-love, 6-1. And I kind of wanted to give her a little bit of a lesson. But it was a long time ago. And obviously, she has become a wonderful player. And it's so cool to see her in the finals.
And definitely with Barbora Krejcikova, she's talking the talk. Because every interview I have heard is, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy. Of course, she should be super proud of what she's done. But she's talking a lot about, whatever happens, I'm just going to go out there and have fun.
Yeah, when I heard that after practice today, saying that, oh, you know what, winning, losing, it's going to be fine. No, it's not. I mean, obviously, when she looks back at the tournament, she's going to be super proud one way or the other. But you are so close to that trophy. I mean, she's going to be seeing it when she gets on the court. She's going to see the trophy throughout the match. So it's got to be on her mind. And, you know, when they tell us in the big matches, oh, just go and have fun. Yes, you can do that tournament under 12 years old in your club where you grow up, but not in a Grand Slam final. So it's about the enjoyment, yes, but also accepting and being honest. Look, this is the most important match I've ever played. I'm going to give everything I have. And, yeah, let's see how it goes.
So Krejcikova is speaking about how she's feeling. That was right after training. Now, the same thing happened a short while ago, speaking to us with Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova.
I think also tennis. I mean, there got to be everything. Like it's a game, so you have to play. You have to have everything. I think, and it's a cool challenge that I have to face today. And let's see.
It is a cool challenge. Now, Eli is alongside a lady who knows just what it's like to wake up on the morning of a Roland-Garros final. Eli.
Hello, hello, hello. And I am very lucky to be in presence of somebody who knows very much what it is to play a final here. And not only to play a final, but to win a final. Justine, thank you so much for being with us. Quick word on this final. Let's talk first about Pavlyuchenkova. Can you tell me about this player and what she's going to bring to the court today?
Well, it's amazing because when you look at her story and how strong she was when she was young in juniors, and she was in the top 30 when she was 17, and then she had so many ups and downs, and trying to deal with the pressure of this tough life. We have to admit it's not easy. And at 29, to see her in the final of Grand Slam, it's well deserved. She played unbelievable in this tournament. She deserved to be in the final, and I'm so happy for her because she almost stopped tennis because it was tough, and now she has, you know, the precious gift to be here in the final. So I'm just so happy for her.
On the other side of the net is also a girl that was totally unexpected, as was Pavlyuchenkova. You've been commentating here 2 weeks. You've been seeing her play. What does this girl inspire you? Talk about her tennis.
I'm impressed. I have to be honest. 8 months ago, she was still playing $25,000 tournaments, and then she played this fourth round here at the French Open last year, and then she started to get the confidence. She confirmed playing the final in Dubai, winning in Strasbourg, and the way she plays, you know, playing in different rhythms, and the way she can stay calm, and the way she can handle with the pressure. Even if she looked nervous, she can deal with it, and I think both of these girls, they deserve to be here. They're not the biggest name of the women's tennis, but really they gave us a show and they gave emotions, and it was just fantastic. And it's great to see these two girls today fighting for this title.
Okay, so the million-dollar question, Justine. Krejcikova or Pavlyuchenkova? And you can't give me the Daniela Hantuchova answer who says an Ova is going to win.
Yeah, I know. Well, women's tennis is going to win for sure today because these girls are fantastic, and they can play well on clay. And the way they played during the whole tournament was fantastic. Okay, I would go maybe a little bit for Krejcikova for different reasons. But if I have to say one name, I would go for her. But I think it can be very close. It's going to depend of how Pavlyuchenkova is going to be able to really be consistent and also physically, because they both have been fighting a lot, and I hope they're going to be in their best physical conditions to give us an amazing show this afternoon.
But speaking of fitness, Krejcikova in the finals of the doubles, which is something crazy. The last one to have won it is Mary Pierce, who did the double. Sara Errani did 2 finals.
It's amazing. I mean, it's a dream that she lives here at Roland-Garros. And we're going to see also, because Pavlyuchenkova was in the doubles, finally had a day off yesterday, and Krejcikova had to play the semi-final of the doubles. So I don't know for which one is going to be the best, to have a day off and to practice and to be a little bit more quiet, or to stay in the competition. It's going to be an element also for this final.
Okay, well, listen, fantastic. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you. As usual, you're always welcome. Enjoy your match.
Thank you very much.
And hope to speak to you again very soon.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you, girls.
Thank you very much to Justine and Eli. And Eli will be back with us later in the show. And Danny, I have to say, in terms of the prediction, it was quite similar to yours.
And exactly, it was like Ova, in Justine's words, was like, well, today's going to win women's tennis. I mean, that's pretty much like, you know, I was a little bit more specific that Ova's going to win. But yeah, Justine leaning a little bit towards Krejcikova as well.
It just feels like people are leaning that way, whether it's the conditions, whether it's how Krejcikova is coming across. It feels she's a little bit more relaxed. It just feels that people are just edging a touch towards her.
I wouldn't say she's more relaxed, but she finds a way how to get through those nerves. And when she's playing not great, so I expect that maybe today she can be a little bit more. I don't know. It's the same like Justine. Okay, if we have to pick one name.
Okay, no more asking for predictions, but enjoy the final. We're going to be back together a little bit later because the stage is set. Final preparations are being made. Now, live at RG, we're going to be back with you around 45 minutes after the final ball has been struck, when we will be talking about a new Roland-Garros women's singles champion, and we'll be building you up to tomorrow's men's final between Novak Djokovic and Stefanos Tsitsipas. But until then, enjoy the match, and we'll be back with you a little later.